Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the iGOT 2021 kickoff. My name is Lori Durden, and I serve as president here at the college. This is my lovely co-host, Matt Sawhill, who serves as chairman of the OTC Technical College Foundation. We are coming to you live from an empty auditorium here.
It's very cozy.
Very cozy. On the main campus of OTC Technical College. We want to say thank you to all of you who are joining us this morning. So normally a typical kickoff doesn't look like this, but you know what? It hasn't been your typical kind of year, has it? Normally we invite you into the Oak Room, we feed you a delicious breakfast, you get to socialize with your friends and colleagues, and then we send you out on the day to do good work on behalf of the college. But today you just have to reach into your little bag, grab your cute little coffee mug, and have some coffee with me and Matt this morning as we kick off the 2021 iGOT campaign. I just want to personally thank you, all of you, for your help during this year's campaign. I know it's going to look a little different as we're asking you to make phone calls instead of visits. But I just want you to know that the good work of the college continues. Even through this pandemic, we are still teaching students, graduating students, and providing the essential workforce for this community and the surrounding communities. So thank you very much for all you do for this college, and we hope you have a great day, and I will turn it over now to my co-host, Mr. Matt Sawhill.
Thank you, President Durden. So I just want to echo the same remarks that President Durden said. So if you're participating in the iGOT campaign, whether it's the first time or one of your many times of supporting, we wanted to say thank you, because let's be honest, at the end of the day, you're some of our biggest and best cheerleaders. If you're taking your time, your treasure, and your talent to support the college and support the campaign. So we just can't say thank you enough from the bottom of our hearts. As y'all know, this has been a place that's very special to me. I think I've only been here for 3 or 4 years here in the Statesboro community, but the reputation of OTC really it permeates throughout the state, and it's a well-deserved reputation, and it's to the leadership of the college, it's the leadership of the faculty and the staff, and for me it's as personal, just because I understand the value of what technical college education and making sure that we're reinvesting in our community and reinvesting in our people. So as most of y'all know, the scholarship or the foundation supports important things like equipment for the school, right. Growth opportunities, teacher support, but also one of the most important things that it does is it provides scholarship right. to students. And so if that doesn't encourage you or excite you for the opportunity to go preach the gospel of OTC, I know that I can bring up a very worthy scholarship recipient that can tell her story that will make you also put a face with it, because at the end of the day, that's why we try and give back. That's why we work hard for the school. It's to give folks opportunities. And so I'm going to get up here real fast to introduce one of our very worthy scholarship recipients, if that's okay.
Excellent. Thank you, Matt.
Thank y'all so very much again, and grateful for your service and grateful for your efforts.
Cheers.
Cheers. So I'm moving to the podium now of the empty auditorium. So this morning I have the opportunity to introduce Erica Deaton. Now Erica almost gave up on her dream of a college education when her husband received military orders to go to Germany back in the fall of 2019. But in January of the last year, Deaton was named the OTC Tech College 2020 Gold Scholarship recipient, which is, hopefully y'all know, is the top award at OTC Tech. Eric is a student and soon to graduate of the OTC Culinary Arts program. Deaton is currently working under locally renowned painted chef Travis Shug Phillips, and one day hopes to open her own business. Her husband Jake and her 3 children, Scarlett, Wyatt, and Molly, are her biggest cheerleaders. Please join me in welcoming Erica Deaton. Thank you.
Thank you, and good morning. In the spring of 2004, I was finishing my senior year of high school. And like a lot of 18-year-olds, I knew everything. I knew who I was going to marry, what I was going to be, where I was going to live. Well, some of those things did happen. I did marry my high school sweetheart after graduation, and that summer I joined him at Fort Stewart, where he was serving on active duty in the U.S. Army. The following fall, I enrolled at Georgia Southern University, where I majored in early childhood education. 18 months later, my husband returned from his first tour in Iraq, and in a span of about 6 weeks, we found out we were expecting our first child and that the Army was moving us to Virginia. I decided to take a small break in my education to get our new family settled. Well, that small break turned into 12 years. In that time, we made 3 more moves and welcomed 2 more children. In 2016, we found ourselves living in Statesboro while my husband was on recruiting orders. At the same time, our youngest child was entering full-time pre-K. I decided to take the opportunity to re-enter the workforce, taking a part-time position for a local promotional products company as an account manager. A year later, that part-time position had turned into full-time with a salary. I loved my job and I loved the people I was working with, but I knew something was missing. For years, my husband had encouraged me to go back and finish my degree, even being kind enough to gift me with his post-9/11 GI Bill. I just had one problem. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. I knew I didn't want to go back and finish my degree in education. Having 3 children of my own had taught me that. But what I did know was that I had a passion I'd had for as long as I could remember. You see, I love food, and I have always loved food. Growing up, my childhood had centered around Sunday afternoons, spent at my aunt's house, where my entire extended family would come together, share a meal, laughs, tell stories. When my husband and I got married and began to move with the Army, we took that same idea with us, often hosting Sunday dinners for the single soldiers in his unit, holidays, any excuse to have people and food come together. So with this passion in mind, I began to seek out programs in culinary arts. That's how I found OTC Technical College, and in the summer of 2019, I began classes. During my time at OTC, I've been able to train in a full-size commercial kitchen under the leadership of highly trained chefs. This experience has helped me to strengthen my existing skills and to expand on my knowledge of the hospitality industry. This time has further made me realize my passion for the industry and to broaden my horizons of where my degree can take me. After my anticipated graduation this spring, I would like to continue catering, which is something I've been doing part-time, maybe even get my own food truck. But my ultimate goal, I believe, is like that of a lot of chefs. It would be to have my own restaurant. You see, I feel like we live in a very divisive time, but food is something that brings us together. Yes, ingredients and techniques may differ from person to person and culture to culture, but the emotions that we feel when we sit down and share a meal with someone, well, that's something we can all understand. And I'd love to have the opportunity to give that to my community every single day. In closing, I would like to take a moment to thank those who have contributed to the OTC Foundation. Your generosity is helping students in our community realize their dreams and aspirations for higher education. I've certainly been blessed by my time at OTC, from the faculty and staff who have gone above and beyond to support me, to the opportunity to have hands-on training in a fully equipped commercial kitchen. This experience has set me on a path to be as successful as possible and to be able to give back to my community. Thank you.
All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for whoever's out there. It is very strange being here in an empty auditorium, but as you can tell from Erica's words, this is why we do what we do. I mean, this is what makes it all worthwhile. At the heart of the matter, I've been saying this as we've kind of gone around and speaking to civic clubs, students, that is what it's all about. This is why we're here at OTC, is to educate students and help them be all that they dream that they can be. So thank you so much for volunteering today and doing what you're doing and making those calls. I get the real important stuff today, the boring stuff, but you've got to listen. I'm going to go over some of the instructions as far as what you need to do, and some of our timelines. So if you're looking at your packets, which I hope you are, as you're sipping on that on that mug of coffee, and I'm hoping some of you might I'm envisioning you being out there in your pajama pants and some bunny slippers. That's good if you're there, because we're just glad you're out there making those calls for us. But as you're looking through your packets, you have your iGOT, the contribution form. I just want you to take a look at that, and as I go through this, the first thing we want you to do, I have some tips and tricks in there in your packet for you to go through. First thing, when you make your calls and you're talking to that potential donor, just see if the information that we have is correct. Just go over with them, say, are we contacting the right person? Is this the right address, right phone number? Is there a better phone number, better contact? Ask them these questions. Also, in that top little box, if there are numbers up there, you might see 2019 and a monetary value. That means that is what they gave in 2019. If they gave in 2020, there'll also be another monetary value. If they did not give last year, we'll have COVID-19. And so that could be part of your conversation. As you're talking to them, you can say, due to the pandemic, we weren't able to make calls last year, so please consider giving this year. We need your contributions. As you go through that form, be sure to ask them if they're wanting it to go to the general annual fund. Do they want to designate their gift? Make all of those notes on the form. Be sure to sign it. And here's the big important part. We want to make this as simple and as easy as possible for you, because we thank you for doing this for us. So we don't need you don't need to email this to anybody. You don't need to scan it to anybody. You just make your notes and sign it at the bottom. And at the end of the day, once you've made all your calls, you can either call Christina or myself, and we will come pick those forms up. You can email us the amounts if we don't have a chance to get and pick up those forms. But the big deadline is Thursday, March 18th. We need all the numbers in by March 18th. And we're going to have our big reveal next Tuesday at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, March 23rd, will be our big reveal. So again, if you have any questions about today or about the instructions, don't hesitate to ask. You should have an impact card in your packet. You can kind of go through that when people are asking, what does the money go to? There's also a brochure in your packets. All of that should help you with your conversations. Thank you so much for being the ambassador for us today and our cheerleaders for OTC. We appreciate you so much. So I'm going to leave this. We're going to do a call to action. We've got a video for you to watch, and then it's all about OTC today. So thank you so much, and I hope people answer the call.
In March 2020, faculty and staff at Ogeechee Tech were asked to answer the call, literally. As campuses closed to in-person instruction and the world was seemingly put on hold, our employees spent countless hours working with students, parents, and community members, helping assure them that the quality education they had come to know and love was not put on hold. Though the months that followed were filled with uncertainty, Ogeechee Technical College forged ahead, educating students, renovating our campus, and sending our graduates out into the workforce.
None of this would have been possible without the support, generosity, and determination of a community that supports the college and the Ogeechee Tech Foundation. Scholarships and special giving afforded many students the ability to continue their coursework, facility renovations, and helped improve instructional delivery for academic programs like early childhood care and education and practical nursing. Our library even went through an incredible expansion benefiting all of our students and improving our ability to educate and train them. The generous gifts of the past help power the purpose of OTC and allow us to continue providing quality technical education to students of our community. On March 16th, 2021, will you help us continue our progress by answering the call?
As part of the OTC family, I'll be answering the call on March 16th.
On March 16th, we'd like you to answer the call.
Answer the call.
As an advocate for our students at Ogeechee Technical College, I'll be answering the call on March 16th.
Answer the call on March 16th.
On March 16, we'd like you to answer the call.
At East Georgia Regional Medical Center, we are powered by OTC graduates, and we'll be proud to answer the call on March 16th.
As OTC alum and local business owners, we'll be proud to answer the call on March 16th.
On March 16th, we'd like you to answer the call.
Thank you to all who have given so generously in the past, and to those of you who are considering giving for the first time. Your gifts help us provide quality technical education and career opportunities to our students. When our volunteers dial your number on March 16th, will you pledge to power the purpose?
Okay, everybody, so there you go. That's your charge for the day. Make those calls, and we hope everyone answers the call. Thank you for volunteering. Be in touch.